the attacking when defending.
I think it's like
people, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. I hope everybody listening, everybody tuning in the process of doing such has had a good week. You know, it's Thursday. As we come to the end, I hope you're all moving that much closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. As usual, you can't do any of that without your health. If you ain't got health, you're dead in it. So for everybody listening and their loved ones, wishing you lot continued health. Over here in the UK, as you lot know, 11:30 is morning time. Just about, really, you know, half an hour short of noon. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. I hope everyone's blessed. I hope everyone's doing well and safe, as I said. Now, obviously, please make sure you're hitting the like button. Check out the pin message, because after this, you know, this evening, I will be back here from 6:45, because at 7:45, it's Liverpool versus Arsenal. Big up everybody who's been posting it. You know, we'll get over it, but I'm well aware of on the best of days, Arsenal have had a bit of an injury crisis sort of thing. Yeah, we're down to our bare bones, you know. I'll get into it, but ODEGAARD's missing, Tomiyasu's missing. For me, I'm screaming against Liverpool. You know what? Anfield, back five, two up front. Whatever midfield is available, flood the midfield. Mikel Arteta, get your dust your Copa Mundials off. It's time for you to play, big man. It's as simple as that. If I'm completely honest with you, it's peak in terms of injuries. You know, can we get some false positives? Not that I advocate cheating and things, but boy, you know, it's quite subjective. In fact, let me not say that, because some bullshit journalists who haven't got a future in the game will trying to clip that up and say I said something. You know, they tried to cancel me already for some nonsense, but please make sure you're hitting the like button. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Like I said, or as you lot know, we're going to talk about general Arsenal topics. You lot feel no way about getting any talking points in. We're going to cover this emerging story. I say emerging, you know, we've been knowing there's injuries and we're down to our bare bones. And it's got worse. Like, for me, listen, I want the whole squad to be fit, but for me, Tomiyasu's the one I wanted. Respectfully, Cedric, you're not good in it. Like, respectfully, I don't think Cedric's good. You know, I'll always get my support like any other footballer, but I just think he's not good. You know, I can't lie. I just think he's, quite frankly, dog poo, really and truly. And Tomiyasu obviously is the opposite of that. Tomiyasu is actually good. And I feel a place like Anfield, you know, Tomiyasu for me is going to win his headers. He's going to do his job defensively. He's going to put up a little bit of a fight in it. So I'm a bit shook, really. So we might as well go to a back five, in my opinion, anyways, you know. For me, I know Arteta is going to do foolishness, unnecessarily start Eddie and Nketiah. If Lacazette's on the bench, his peak, probably have to slap Eddie, probably have to slap Lacazette in the 10. And obviously, you know, this scares me because of Martin Odegaard's allegedly missing out. Bro, what's going on for the game on Sunday? We need to get through this cup game, but what's going on for the Spurs game? Spurs have a depleted squad. Spurs are lacking ability, but they're going to be a dramatically better side than the side we saw yesterday night. And we need our players, you know. The first goal this season was to find a certified 11. And I think we've got to a point now where we might say, all right, cool, we need a striker, midfielder that can take us to the next level. Probably remove XHAKA out when there. But as you lot know, depth is an important thing in football, like literally depth. And as you lot see, as an Arsenal fan, we should be very pessimistic with the depth we have, positively pessimistic, because we know on the best of days, we go through a madness with injuries, you know. And so to a degree, we've been dealt with a short hand. And it's to the point where this could be the period where either we kick on and get stronger for top four or fizzle away. And if that is the case, then I'm sorry, but Edu and Arteta, you've shown your naiveties, because I can't speak for no one else. I'm no messiah, but I said we're going to live or die on the options in midfield. Even when everybody's fit, there's a mixture of not good enough, you know, need extra bodies. And now you can see bodies are dropping like flies, really and truly. You know, as much as I'm here for the Arthur arriving on loan and all these things, these guys are not going to be here for the next 2 games, really and truly. So it is what it is. So we'll get into that. Perfect frames. Hey, man, you know, live up to your name. Chill, bro. We've been here for 4 minutes. We'll get into all of that. You know me, I got bare tabs open in front of me, so we're going to cover everything. I actually did cover Vlahovic. I didn't do a live stream, but I talked about half of Vlahovic and everything last night. I've dropped a video. We should play 4-4-2. Bro, with what midfielders? You know, XHAKA's back, fair play, and Lokonga. But for me, I'm screaming back three. XHAKA and Lokonga are fight in the middle. Probably, you know, 3-5-2, them two in the middle, 5 at the back, you know, Eddie and Lacazette just go up front. You know, if there was another striker, I'd rather let them in place of Eddie, but just do that, really, car. damage limitation. Let's just give ourselves something to try and win the game, obviously, but give ourselves some sort of face to save. We're up against the wall. We're up against a brick wall. I know Liverpool are missing players as well, but they welcome back Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold respectfully. They don't need Salah and Mane to put up a fight against us. They've got Jota, they've got Firmino, Minamino when it comes to the cup competitions, or definitely in general when playing against us. He loves to score, so it could be brazy, man. Morning, Ethan. 3-4-3. I hear that. But for me, I'm more with the 3-5-2 if I'm completely honest with you, because I just need to lock it down. I just need it to be locked down in the middle. We can't outplay them, so it might as well be a rigid unit. Now, I'm not saying just sit back, because sitting back at Anfield could be dangerous, really, especially when the fans start getting cheering them on and all them things there. Like as we saw in the game in the Premier League, we was fairly, by our standards, and the difference in the golfing quality between us and Liverpool was fairly in that game until Arteta peed off Klopp gassed up the fans. Everybody seemed to go up again. Ultimately, we crumbled, didn't it? So it's long, really. So it's a bit of a spanner in the works, but nonetheless, make sure you set your reminders and hit your like buttons on that. Considering the likes target for both videos, including this, is 100 likes, please make sure the 114 of you are hitting the like button. But in relation to the stream later, I can't lie, man. If you've hit the like button, I appreciate that. 54 people, including myself, so 53. We're over half the way there. So if you've hit that like button, big up yourself. Mafia boss, appreciate you. Big up my 9-to-5 as I see in your display picture you're handling business. So shout out to everybody, doing what they need to do with the day, to pay their bills, better their lives, college, school, uni, work, whatever you lot, looking after family, whatever you lot doing, innit? Big up you lot. It is what it is, man. And the thing is, we're probably going to have to rely on young Charlie Patton, and it'll be a great lesson for him at Anfield, a very good lesson to learn about the levels to become a footballer like that. But boy, it could be an ugly place. There's no hiding places on the best of days. And for me, Tavares, Lokonga, any of these guys who start, you've got an opportunity to the point where do you throw Tierney in the back three, get Tavares on, because we ain't got no attackers, and we hope that he weren't quite there last time, but the typical Tavares going forward, being a bit of a madman, that could be an outlet. I know we've got Martinelli and Saka, but if we need to draw for the bench, it's light work, innit? Like, big up young Amari Hutchinson and Mika Beref. Well, I don't know if Mika's going to be on the bench, Eddie and Ketty, please, mate, charge up that phone, because that phone, when it's serious business, Eddie, it's not all just on you, but when it's serious business, that phone don't ring, broski. When it's serious crunch time, that phone don't ring. When you buck half decent sides, Eddie's phone doesn't ring. I need it to ring. Lacazette, I know you're anything but clinical, as decent as you are. Please find your shooting boots. I just want to see bravery, because don't get twisted. Regardless of the injuries and things like that, I want to see a performance. I don't want to see cop-outs. You still have to, within the context and with the players available, you still need to try a thing. It doesn't mean just go there and roll over and think and whatnot. Because we need to get back to winning ways. I'm sure you all saw West Ham. Well, I watched the West Ham Norwich game after we obviously finished doing Tottenham versus Chelsea, and West Ham were quality. They're back into fourth. We need to get with it. After Spurs, we got Burnley. Burnley might not have Chris Wood, but them and they are fighting relegation. And generally, we've still got some tough games. We've still got to play Chelsea at the Bridge. We've still got to play Wolves, where we didn't do best, did well there. We've still got to welcome Leicester to the Emirates, where we dropped points last season. We still got technically you've still got to play Spurs, you've still got to play Liverpool again in the league. You got to play there's still a lot of big games for us to play. So it just feels like this is the period where either we solidify. I think personally, this is the period we're either going to look back and say, all right, cool, this is on top of the obvious, we had a good December and things. This is where Arsenal kicked on, whether that's bringing in Vlahovic and a midfielder or the boys just fixing up, or this is ultimately where it fails. And I've said before, respectfully, I just care about May. I don't care about playing well in December, about January, about whatever. Like, don't get it twisted. I want to play well. They all play a part. They all paint a part of the picture. But all that matters is me. But as you lot can see here, courtesy of Charles Watts, Odegaard and Smith-Rowe out as Arsenal's preparations for the Liverpool Carabao Cup test plunged into disarray. Mr. Martin Odegaard, who on top of us just needing him, he's one of our better players, really. And I don't think he gets enough praise for his mentality. I know he G's up the troops and all those sort of things. And he tries to urge people to keep a calm head. So, yeah, man. The Gunners find themselves short on creative playmakers heading into the second leg of a semi-final counter with the Reds at Anfield. Remember when fans said, don't sign Odegaard because we got Smith-Rowe? You see why depth is required. Arsenal look set to be without both Martin Odegaard and Emil Smith-Rowe for their Carabao Cup semi-final leg at Anfield. Smith-Rowe missed, obviously, the defeat to Nottingham Forest due to a groin issue, and it is believed he has not recovered in time to make the trip to Anfield. Again, lose a battle, don't lose the war. Again, only bring the man back when he's fit enough, because if you play him in this game and we lose him for the season, that's going to be a blow to our hopes of getting top four, and and at this moment in time getting silverware. Hopefully there's a place in the final. So lose a battle, don't lose a war. Apparently, Go has also learned that Odegaard, who started at Man City, is now also set to miss out, plunging Mikel Arteta's preparation for Thursday's game into further disarray. Now, that's where I get a bit scared, because what is Odegaard's injury? Is it COVID, where you have to obviously segregate and whatnot, which rules him out probably of Sunday? At least with Smith-Rowe, evidently it's a groin issue. It heals when it heals. We hope he can be involved against Spurs, because the last time him and XHAKA were the young demons and they made the difference. But it's a bitter pill to swallow, because again, we wish we could play 12 players and have Smith-Rowe and Odegaard in the team. So if they're not in the team, it's an L. You're probably looking at Lacazette to provide the creativity. Unpopular opinion, I think Lacazette is good in terms of link-up play, but I think his creativity is vastly overstated, in my humble opinion. But we're going to probably need him, or, you could play one of the other younger players. So, yeah, man, it seems like they're missing. And this is where it starts getting scared. Apparently, it is understood the Norway international was unable to report for training on Thursday at London Coley and was not part of the travelling squad which set out for Liverpool. With both playmakers set to be out, Mikel must decide whether to stick with his favoured 4-2-3-1. But who's going to play in them? You have got the personnel, but we've lost fluidity. We've lost the attack to the best form of defence. If XHAKA's there, then it gives us something. But boy, I see Lacazette in the 10, Eddie and Nketiah up front. In if I had to guess, good news, bad news. Firstly, Tomiyasu's a myth. He's struggling with a calf problem, and that probably means the more of Cedric Soares. Cedric Soares, make yourself a hero, because you've been anything but. You struggled against Sunderland. You struggled against Nottingham Forest. Boy, Anfield, Liverpool, brother, it don't sound good. And for me, respectfully, with Cedric, why I want you to leave is because I have no faith in you. I don't have faith, and I think it becomes a bit toxic on my part. Like I'm writing you off before you've even kicked a game. I'm dreading the worst, and I want to listen. You got my support. I hope to be wrong. I hope you move like a prime Dani Alves, but I've got no faith in you as an experienced player. It's not even that it's not necessarily that you're a bad player. You do the wrong things. Like I know you're gonna leave a bag of space. It's stupid, isn't it? Leaving a bag of space in behind against Liverpool. It's peak. It's peak. For me, back five, I hear you on the Chambers thing. I hear you on the Chambers thing. Chambers loves getting savaged against these man. I hear you. Could you throw Ben White right back and play Chambers next to Holding? But again, them man there have been chuckle brothers against Liverpool. And that's probably the one game somehow Mane and Salah, just for a one-day exemption, will probably fly back from AFCON, play against them, man, boost their little goal-scoring stats, and then go back to Cameroon. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So we're missing hella players, in it. Tomiyasu, Smith-Rowe, and Odegaard will play no part. We hope they can all be available for the North London derby. A small part of me does hope that, they can play some part in this game in theory. And Mikel Arteta said, you know what, myth in it. If we're going to take the risk, we're going to take it in the North London derby. So I hope that's the case. I don't know that to be the case, man. It seems scary. I'll always support the boys, whatever team goes out there, but I'll be kidding to you lot if I said, this makes me, on the best of days, I'm nervous, but I'll be lying to you lot if I said this didn't make me even more scared. Odegaard, Tomiyasu, big up you lot, hit the like button, people. Odegaard, Tomiyasu, who else did we say? Smith-Rowe, set to miss Liverpool game. XHAKA returns, let's just call it that. What would be the timestamp for that? Again, there's not a single content creator who cares about you lot like me. Because I care about you lot on the replay value, or you lot just tune in, or if you lot miss bits and pieces, you can specifically go back. So yeah, man, it is what it is. What you lot saying? Big up Deluded and DG. It's been a while, but finally working from home and I can catch a stream. Stay safe out there, everyone. Criminal Blues, you're right, man. You stay safe, stay blessed. Nice to see that you actually can work from the comfort of your own home. But I'm here for Cedric right back. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what would be at 3 at the back. Admittedly, it's difficult because who's to say there's not other people that are going to be missing out? 3 at the back. I can't lie. Leno, I know you're the cup keeper and them things there. Ramsdale in. Purely because for me, We probably will lose, but 3 defeats. How damaging is that going into the North London derby? Now, 3 very different games. You know, I don't think this Liverpool game should demoralise us beyond the obvious because we're down to our bare bones. City, it was a committed performance, but we lost. You know, Nottingham Forest was terrible. So it's 3 very, assuming we lost today, 3 very difficult performances. But I would like to name as strong as we can. You know, try and take some momentum regardless of the result going into the Spurs game. But at the same time, I understand if Mikel Arteta says, you know what, no risks. You know, none of the 30 players are playing, no risks. And it's difficult, man, because it's the first leg. Again, if you could get a half-decent result at Anfield, that sets you up perfectly, potentially, you know, to do other things in the first leg. And if you're Liverpool now, they're probably sitting there and saying, let me kill the game. They probably just want to kill the game, kill the first leg, go and do what they're doing. I don't know who Liverpool have on the weekend, but I'm sure that's what they're on. So again, for me, I know I hear that, but reality is you're leaving next season, innit? And we need character, especially with a couple of players leaving. ODEGAARD leaves by example. SMITH-ROWE is a leader. TOMIYASU is a leader by simply doing his job. We're going to miss them. So I think we've got to play Ramsdale. You know, back 3, Ramsdale. Who's even fit? Ramsdale, Holding, Ben White. Fuck it, man. Tierney, Tavares, go left wing back. Who did I say? Wait, Holding, Tierney, Holding. Nah, because then who the hell's gonna play right back? I don't even know. Because then I have to use Cedric. Ramsdale. You know what? Ramsdale, Ben White, Rob Holding, Tierney. Fuck it. Tavares left wing back, Cedric. You know, you can get. You know what? You should be fearless. You can do no worse in my expectations. Them two, Lokonga, XHAKA in the middle. That's the 3. That's the 5. I'm missing someone, aren't I? I need to write this out, man. I think I'm missing out a name. Sorry, I'm trying to think on the spot. Ramsdale, White, Holding, Tierney, Cedric, Lokonga, XHAKA, Suarez. Well, then you got, you've even got Bukayo Saka, so it could be a 3-4-3 of such. You know what? It might as well be a 3-4-3. I'd say Saka, Laka. He takes that lot, Martinelli, bro. You see, you lot are stressing me out so much. I all forgot who the hell's even fit. Not really, who else can play centre half? Like, I'm bugging out. I don't feel comfortable Chambers and Holding, but I do feel Cedric come out the team, man. Chambers is there. And again, that defense of Holding, White, and Tierney is class as well. Like, what's Gabriel's fitness saying? I swear Gabriel served his ban. If Gabriel's fit, then he gets in there. I'll put him instead of Tierney. Tierney would swap with Tavares. I'm sure he is, man. I'm sure he's already. And he served his ban. He served his ban against Nottingham Forest, innit? I don't know. Someone tell me, is he still suspended? Arteta said that we had 10 players missing for the Forest game. With those new injuries, are we able to have a full team without 23s? I'd probably down to the bare bones, though. Don't understand why the board is not actually pushing to get some centre mids in, as this is a defining period, should I say, keeping optimism high even if we lose. To be fair, it seems like we're making progress for Arthur. Allegedly there was talks with Tielemans. Obviously for me it's quite reactive because we should have known January the 1st someone should have come in, but maybe as a fan I'm being impatient. To be fair, it does hear you do hear they're trying to do something. Chambers isn't the answer, but who else is, bro? Like, it's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather the nonsense Chambers carries on with Cedric. At least Chambers looks competent in some aspect. Like, what is Chambers? I'm not singing Chambers praises, but genuinely, what is Cedric good at? There was a point, Chambers looked fairly decent crossing the ball, and within his capabilities was a fairly decent outlet going forward. But what is Cedric good at? I know Cedric can put 1-2 balls in eventually, but they're inconsistent. He leaves space in behind. You know, you could see Saka and a lot of other players evidently peed off with him because they're overcompensating for his nonsense, plays hospital passes. Just terrible, man. If Gabriel's fit, Gabriel plays, man. You know, I mean, if Gabriel's over that suspension, yeah, he's back for the game. Then Gabriel's in. Tierney swaps with Tavares, like I said, and I go Ben White holding Gabriel straight away. Chambers right back 3 settings really. All we can do is put out the best we've got, literally. And just try your best, man. Regardless of who's available, regardless of the handicap we've been dealt, you need to put in a shift. Because what we can't do is be looking for excuses before the game. Oh, this guy's out, that guy's out. That might be true, but football is football. You know, it's 11 players against 11. You have half a chance. Is it 10 times harder now missing key players going to Anfield? You know, would it have been nicer for us to have played this a week ago when everyone seemed to have, you know, it was all good a week ago, really? Boy, regardless, have to stand up to be counted, man. Had to stand up to be counted. It fills me with scare. It scares me, but it is what it is. Big up DG. Would you play our best team today with Spurs coming up? Well, everyone who's half decent that's available plays today for me. You know, when we was in Europa League, if we had a big game, a fairly big game on the Thursday and the Saturday/Sunday, we would play the biggest teams. If we get back into the Champions League, we have to play we have to play twice a week. So for me, biggest teams. You know, I think we could have went even stronger against Nottingham Forest. Personally, I feel we in this little period we didn't really, beyond the obvious and the needed, we don't really, and what's happened now, we didn't really need to rotate. Liverpool rubbing their hands, bro, rubbing their hands. Klopp probably rubbing something else as well. Weirdo, scary, man. Just Saka or Martinelli. Can you lot score? Just give me some sort of agenda to be able to run. Pause. Scary, man. And Liverpool hand it to us on the best of days, man. Holding White Chambers only option. Don't want Marie. And if Tierney plays, we need a right back. To be fair, Gabriel's there. And, you know, I'm not going to lie. If Marie's available and there's a reality, then I guess we have to consider it. But ain't that the same thing about Ainsley Maitland-Niles? When Mikel Arteta was asked about it, he said, he kind of alluded to, you know, his headspace. You know, I'd back Maitland to be professional, but he kind of alluded in his press conference yesterday that his headspace, he was in Rome. So even if it's just for 24 hours, it's a bit of a myth where I hear it, but I can't lie. Like, should have held on to, in hindsight, should have held on to my man before we patterned this one. Ben White can play right back as well, but the problem is then you start calaming the centre halves. You know, I would like Ben White to do it, but I would rather Ben White holding and Gabriel as our centre halves, then holding Chambers car and White, because they will get collapsed. We're going to get collapsed anyways, but still, it's all about how you get collapsed, isn't it? But yeah, he can play right back. Come on, you know, Gabriel available is a serious booster to the confidence. But again, we're going to need more than one man, really. And we've got savaged with these lot before, man. So let's hope we do a thing, man. Let's hope we do a thing. That's all we can hope. Like someone said, all we can do is apply ourselves, hope for the best. Please make sure you're hitting the like button if you have not done such already, folks. We're at 90 likes. That's good, but it's not great. Unexpected higher bills due. Big up DG. Just wanted to ask if you know who Cho is. Are you talking about Ali Cho that's getting linked with Leipzig and Dortmund, or are you talking about Hudson Odoi? I see certain man playing fullback again. I don't know them, man. Like, I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know who that is. Like, I only know Starboys and that. I don't know them youngsters. I don't think there's a way it goes. But if the Guendouzi thing is gone, brother, we just have to accept that one. This is a weird feeling. It's like we have a gun against our head for playing some of these guys. Definitely not Kolasinac. Bro, I can't lie. Kolasinac might be a myth. Like, I don't want to see. This is who I don't want to see playing. I'm not that scared. No, Salah or Mane doesn't scare me. I hear that, but Liverpool are a lot bigger than... I know they're the talisman, but they've got Jota, who seems to be taking the mantelpiece. On the best of days, Firmino don't respect us. They've got Minamino. They're welcoming back Trent Alexander-Arnold. You know he's going to be spam crosses into that box. They've got back Alisson. So, boy, like, these are things that scare me, respectfully. Like, you know, obviously, it'll be nice to not see Mane savaging us and Salah savaging us. It makes a difference, but he's still going to have Firmino doing them no-look passes and all them things there. Just don't get embarrassed, innit? Just don't get embarrassed. Respectfully. We should call back Guendouzi. Like I said, man, that ship's gone, man. He's gone. He's more or less permanently signed for Marseille, as we knew in the summer. That one day is gone. I would like everyone would. I'd like Kolasinac to prove us wrong, but what are you gonna prove us wrong, man? Fam, I didn't like the last video. Crazy unexpected high bills. Boy, I see someone comment that they didn't hit the like button and they got a parking ticket. So, boy, I told man the dark hearts, they're real. They're real. You don't want the dark hearts problems. You don't want it. You don't want it. Appreciate you tuned in, Brian Gibbons, all the way from sunny Trinidad and Tobago. Shout out to Trinidad. That's on my bucket list. I want to go, man. Appreciate you. Everybody tuned in, wherever you lot are. Kolasinac has had years to prove us wrong. I can't lie. I don't think somebody's frauded me like Kolasinac. You know, I'll be real. I knew barely nothing against him. I'm a casual viewer of Bundesliga, so I was casually viewing Bundesliga. Them times there, he was doing all right for Schalke. I'm sure he won Bundesliga Team of the Year. They were gassing him. They were gassing Kolasinac, saying he's this, he's that. I thought, yeah, all right, cool. I'm seeing the way you should never. He taught me never to judge a book by its cover as well, because seeing him, I was like, yo, he's strong. He looks like he takes no prisoners. And then I can't remember his debut, but I see him do roulette, and then I hear him after the game talk about Ronaldinho, and the alarm bell started ringing. And I was like, okay, cool. It's looking booky. It's looking booky. It might be, you know, we might need to send a fraud party out. You know, I think we've been robbed of something. And you know, there was a time way before Tierney was doing the left wing thing. But back when we was a very left-hand centric team, he was the guy sort of like, it was just give it to him, or he was just punching it down the line for someone. So, yeah, Kolasinac, and he did it, you know, he clearly frauded Arsenal. Man got 100K a week. This is where free signings can be expensive. Obviously, signings just go wrong sometimes, but this is where, yeah, man, like, we need to start getting some more right than wrong, if that makes sense. Crazy one. And the wickedest thing is Kolasinac was shit, but I don't dislike him. Like, you're Kalas, but I'm sure against Spurs he done something Kalam as well. Like, I'm sure something tells me, ironically, I'm sure we played at White Hart Lane or whatever the new stadium's called. I'm sure he played a silly back pass and he sold David Luiz short one time. I might be capping. It might have to M7. It's got to be done, man. Dark Hearts. I mean, he is a tank, but dead, man. Big up yourself, man. Shout all the members, man. Can we recall Saliba? Boy, it's naive, man. It's naive. And even that, if Saliba was to get recalled, cool, he might play today. In theory, he might play today. But right now, Ben White and Gabriel are the first choice centre half. So unless there's an injury, he's not getting a look in. Man said, how do we get him for free and still feel robbed? Well, the same trailer thought with him, with Marie, with Cedric, with William. We love an expensive free transfer. We love zanging ourselves. And the thing is, as I said, signings go wrong, but sometimes you need to give yourself get-out plans. Credit to Kolasinac agents, but if you've got a mediocre player and he's on 100 bags a week, unless he's taking a wage cut or whatever, then it's a myth. You know, as you see, we struggle to offload players. It's hard having players that are shit, let alone on big P's. Why do you think United struggling to sell off a couple of their man? You know, Spurs have bare man available, Dele Alli, Doherty, all these guys, but no one wants them. You know, you can sell an item. There has to be a buyer. Like, big up the Kenyans, whatever you said. Sitting here in Kenya and pissed that we allowed homeboy Ainsley out on loan at such a crucial time. Big derby coming up, and someone who knows the badge we allowed to go bonkers. I hear you think you're being a slight bit unfair. You know, I agree with you, not even because of the derby, just because we're down to our bare bones, isn't it? Now, the Roma chance might have missed. It seemed like Roma needed to get someone in. Maybe we just thought, let's secure a loan fee and do what we're doing in that regards. But, you know, I'm sure other clubs would have said, you know what, Ainsley, you have our blessing to go and play under Jose and whatnot, but we need to pattern. You know, you look at Juventus, we want Arthur. You know, allegedly it all hinges on Allegri. Allegri saying if we don't get someone in, then it's not happening right now, is it? Regardless of if he wants to play football or not. It's a brazy one, man. But I think if the season goes wrong, we can paint towards naiveties. around this period. And again, you failed to plan. You planned to fail. We know we needed midfielders on the best of days. We knew we was going to get into this period. But hey, crazy one, man. Patino's looking like he might get a run out. He'll be out of his comfort zone, but it'd be good, man. You know, that's the only way you can develop, really. DG, which players would you eliminate from Arsenal's history? Cesc, Van Persie, or Alexis? None, man. You know, I know Van Persie was a pagan. I personally weren't annoyed when he left because he told the truth. You know, Alexis a pagan. You know, shout out to him for going and stinking up the place. Cesc is Cesc. I wouldn't eliminate no one, man. They're part of the history. They all, in their own ways, gave me some good memories, man. Who would you play in the back two out of White, Saliba, and Gabriel? Well, obviously, if we're playing tomorrow, Saliba ain't played and got to know Gabriel and Ben White, probably apart from some odd training sessions. I don't know if he's technically trained when Ben White's been there, but I would say White and Gabriel at this moment in time. Would you guys rather a trophy or a European spot? It's a difficult one because obviously I feel with the modern day, the whole qualifying for the Champions League for the sake of it has become some sort of praise and whatnot. And I hear it. And obviously Arsenal need to get back into Europe. And obviously Arteta is more likely to keep his job or face less criticism if he qualifies for Champions League than if he wins a League Cup or whatever. But at the same time, so I would say probably finishing in the spots. But at the same time, on your deathbed or you know, when it's all said and done, are you gonna put in your trophy cabinet, we finished top 4? Maybe Spurs will, because Spurs celebrate interviews and that. But serious clubs, you're not gonna put that, are you? It's gonna be League Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, Champions League. Like, it's trophies, in it. Regardless, you're in this thing to win trophies. So it all depends, man. I would say in general, trophies though. Prediction for tonight's game, I'm going to have faith and say 1-0 Arsenal, but I think it's a 3-1, 4-1 Liverpool. We might get smoked today. I feel Guimaraes is a must-have for Gunners. Arthur is a hit-and-miss gamble. I mean, every signing's a gamble. Maybe I'm biased because I really, really like Arthur. I think he's going to be a good signing for us. Reece Nelson ain't Jamaican. The man there from Zimbabwe, respectfully. Who do you think is the best player of the Emirates era? Well, technically, Thierry Henry played here, so I'd say Henry. At this rate, looking like Mikel's getting a run out in midfield tonight. Wait, could he do a lot worse? Trophy all day gets us European football anyways. I'd rather Europe every day. Spurs celebrate a draw at home. Trust. Not going to lie, we're getting smoked. DG, Ray, and Nephew before the game. Trust. Might have to even, patent that right now. That one was for Odegaard, man. And SMITH-ROWE and all the real G's that can't be here, man. Obviously, I don't want to pour this on my floor and smell up the place, but I'd pour out a little for them, man. They deserve it still. But hey, I can't lie, I'm enjoying make sure you're hitting the like button. I'm enjoying you lot's chat, but you lot are making me shook, man. I wouldn't say optimistic, but I'm fearless for the Liverpool game. Like, for me, I really want us to play without fear, because what's the worst that can happen? You get smoked at Liverpool again? You get smoked at Anfield again? We've been down there. What's the worst that can happen? We get smacked? Come on, man. Be fearless. If we know what could happen, be fearless. That, for me, you should play with no handbrake. And that's what I want to see, man. Really. So, let's see what's happening, man. I mean, can Klopp give us the formula and we can do some false positives and we'll come and we'll deal with this game? Your chest hundo bunning. I told you it though. You know the thing. Come on. Hold that, firm that, as you hear me say on Football Manager. Come on, man. I'm out here, man. I'm out here. Yeah, Arthur since moving to Europe's been a bit of a dud, but he ain't really progressed as much as I thought. But he'll get there, man. Till only 25, I'm on it, man. That quality's there. Midday rare. And if there's no rules, why not, man? Why not? Odegaard and SMITH-ROWE are not a thing today, my guy. I just hope that the players tonight fight and try. And if they lose, I just want them to learn from this experience. Valuable lessons to our youngsters. Exactly. I would say just looking at Lokonga and Tavares, I like you lot's ability. But I think you lot's problem is I can't trust you away from home yet because I think you lot are mad naive. I still think you're dealing with the culture shock. Respectfully, I don't know how it is in Belgium, but you don't know. In the FA Cup, in the League Cup, you might play, I don't know, Arsenal might play Enfield Town. I'm exaggerating. But there would be a respectful amount. It'd be buzzing and all of these sort of things, And I think when I look at games like Forest, I think Lokonga struggles with that. I think Tavares is a bit different. I just think there's certain things you can get away with at the Emirates that you can't do at Anfield, at Old Trafford, etc., etc. And I think Tavares is guilty of that, really and truly. Will you stop rumours to us? Khalid, no clue what you're talking about, my guy. To be honest, I think Liverpool might use it as an option to rest 1 or 2 tonight. They probably will, Car. I don't know who they got on the weekend, but Liverpool, I don't think Klopp's going to underestimate and disrespect us. Klopp don't do that, innit? He goes out there to smack teams up, and then it is what it is. But he's probably thinking we've got a favourable one here, Probably won't. The only one he's ruled out is Origi. Won't surprise me if I see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and them sort of duds there playing. Man said drink water. I'll drink water when I go to heaven, man. I know there's no rain enough in heaven, so shit. I have to enjoy it on earth, or man might have to go to hell. I'm playing. Don't cancel me. It's a joke. Some of you are. To be fair, if hell's got the loud, then slap the devil out his seat and chill off in it. Nah, games, people, games. I need to go heaven. God, allow me. Judgment Day. I don't want to get reminded of these things, but it's time to crack on with some transfer business now, people. Transfer rumours. All right, so let me share my screen. Oh, wait, sorry. If XHAKA's back from COVID, we may have a chance. As much as I don't rate him, he's actually one of the only ready-made centre mids we even have. But if XHAKA does just XHAKA, we could still hold another 4. But it's the beauty of XHAKA. You don't know what it is, man. So yeah, man, let's see let me share my screen with you lot. Big up you lot that are tuned in. Hit the like button and set your reminders. Again, do you know what? This rumor has been here for about 2-3 years, but it's resurfaced with his contract running up, people. Kylian Mbappe now I'm playing. I'm gassing you lot. Arsenal entered the fray for 6 million transfer bargain. Dennis Zakaria after agents Man United talks. As you lot know, he has signalled his intent to leave Borussia Mönchengladbach, and it's either they sell him for a cut price or he walks for free, innit? Now, some people would say the last Switzerland international central midfielder you signed from Gladbach produced mixed results, but I don't know, people. Tavares has been linked with Lazio. I don't think he's going to leave already, but if he is, then I can't lie. That's a quick profit, really. You signed him for a couple of million, make your profit and sign the next one, innit? But Arsenal have entered the running for 6 million January bargain Dennis Zakaria. According to reports in Germany, the box-to-box dynamic midfielder is out of contract at the end of the season, with Borussia Mönchengladbach now pushing for a win to sell to avoid losing their player on a free transfer. As you lot know, he's represented his country. He's got 38 caps at the age of 25. He can play as an 8. Prefer him as a 6. I do think he's on the ball as an improved, but I've gone off the ball with him. I used to really rate. It's not that I don't rate him. It's just that I just think there's a lot of hype. I think you're right. I think the one that I would want to go for is one we can't get into, Tchouaméni over there at Monaco, but that's going to cost big ching that I don't think we can allocate to a 6 and try grab Tielemans and try get this guy and that guy and Vlahovic and all of these sort of things. But for what it is what it is now. For him and his advisors, they're going to flirt with everyone. They're going to talk to United. They're going to talk to Arsenal, who's previously been linked with City, and try and find the best option for that man. And at 25, your next career move is a significant one, really and truly. Be keen to see what year's contract he signs, because if I'm a prospective club, I'm trying to get him on a 5-year deal now. Obviously, if you sign that 5-year deal, you're 30, which again is probably the best. You're not tied down at 30, but you might shed yourself, cost yourself of one big deal, one last big pay packet. He's been linked with City and Liverpool, as said. Rumors in Germany are now reporting that Arsenal are ready to battle Manchester United for his signature. And again, to be fair to you, for 6 million quid, 25 years of age, it's something that I wouldn't necessarily be against, especially because we're desperate. But where does he tie in? Personally, the way I want Arsenal to go, I don't think there's a starting spot at this moment in time in the team for you. But then again, XHAKA starts, even though you're a different person. So, yeah, United have held talks, but nothing's been agreed. And again, talks are subjective. They could have just talked to see the feasibility of the deal and kept it moving or not. We've also been linked with Alpha as well. So that's Dennis Zakaria. In terms of outgoings, as we know, Pablo Mari is someone that shouldn't have been signed for the club upon seeing his ability and You know, I think you all saw against Lukaku, he's the sort of man we don't need. You know, Lukaku, who hasn't really been firing this season. If you remember that game, he badly wanted to score. Marie, I want defenders that badly want to defend. I see that with Ben White. I see that with Gabriel. I see that with a lot of other people. Tomiyasu. Gabriel, you know, Pablo Marie was more, you know, when Lukaku's trying to score, he was more entertained with trying to make sure a hair on his head ain't out of place. We need ugly defenders, you know, and Pablo Marie, you could be a model, you know, you're a handsome fellow, pause. You're not a bad looking guy, pause, you know, but I need footballers, not models. And I don't think you're good. I think you're soft. I think you're too slow. I think you're feeble. I think you benefit from being left-footed tax, really and truly. I think you get what you pay for because we're trying to get rid of Donny, innit? Like, how God knows how much he's on. He must be on like 50 a week. We paid a certain loan fee, and then we paid 10 or so million to confirm it. I'm no finance man, but when you add in the total cost of this transfer to the games he's played, to the minutes he's done, and his contribution, it's fucking appalling, isn't it? Pardon my French. You get what you pay for. And one thing I like about Arteta, you know, the Ramsdales, the Tomiyasu, these guys, you're changing my opinions. Because when we're bringing in Pablo Marie, Cedric Willian, you get what you pay for. These are bargain buckets. These are like, it reminds me of when you used to go game back in the days and there'll be pre-owned games and there'll be, you know, them shit PlayStation games. It's like a bargain bucket. It's got the pound sticker on it. You can literally get a game for £1. That's Marie. Even if Harry Redknapp was about and he's a wheel and dealer, he's not buying Marie. So it is what it is. Pablo Marie is close to agreeing a loan switch to Udinese, joining Benkovic, who recently left Leicester. Now, apparently there is no permanent offer. So we're hoping that he can do a madness in Italy and we can con someone. Now, Italy should be, in theory, based for him. You know, it's a bit slower, you know, them things there. We'll have to see what's going on there, man. It seems like the Italian market, in terms of bringing in and outgoing, seems to be Arsenal's thing. As you don't know, the 28-year-old now looks set to depart Arsenal to seek regular football. He has struggled since signing for our club, people. He was Mikel Arteta's first signing as Arsenal boss. And man, I'm not going to remember that. In 10 years, if Arteta wins the league and does mad stuff, who is in a trivia game, you know, if he was on, I don't know, some ITV show where you can win a couple million and things, and someone asked you, who is Mikel Arteta's first signing for this club? Man, I'm not going to say Marie. Guys are not going to say Marie. Gun to your head, if somebody said Arsenal or Mikel Arteta's first signing for this club, or you're gonna die, we're all dead. No one's gonna say Marie, and if you are, you know, you're probably Marie's family member. So it makes sense, innit? And agreed in a deal was that the North London club would have to pay the Brazilian club Flamengo 865k each time he made 10 Premier League appearances, reaching up to a maximum of 80. And how many has he made? You know, how many has Pablo Marie made? Really, you know. You see, Pablo Marie's not even 30. Google don't bring up Pablo Marie business straight away. You got to specify the thing. Brazy one, man. And he's had bare injuries and that. Like, I'm not mocking a man for being injured. I'm just saying the total cost and where we've shagged ourselves. Man's contracted for another 2 years. So at 28, I'm big up Marie because he wants to go and play football and stuff. But if he said, you know what, I'm at Arsenal, I'm in London, boy, 28, got a decent amount of time on my contract. Boy, you lot have to get me moved on, you know. We got to remember this is a job. Now, we're lucky he wants to kick ball, really and truly. But this is it. With him, Cedric, these sort of guys, you make it difficult to move these guys on, really and truly. I'm really not trying to go at Marie. I'm not. I don't think he's rubbish. I just don't think your levels, that you're not good. That you're not, for what we're trying to do, you're not 30. So what, 22 appearances? It's not just the big money signings, the Lacazette for 52 million, the XHAKA for 35, 40, the Pepe for 72. It's the free transfers of Willian, of Kolasinac. It's the cut price moves of Cedric, of Marie. Now, for me, last summer was progress in terms of, you know, you can see all the players we signed, you can see them contributing something in their own little way. This is what we need to. But again, and for me, the problem is you have to dedicate time to these shit, man. Realistically, we should just we should be in a headspace where centre mid is the priority, striker is hopeful. But we're having to deal with stuff like this. We're having to beg Kolasinac to go Marseille, beg Marie to go Udinese, probably just going to get a decent little loan fee. We keep it moving, you know. And next summer, we're going to have a bit of bits and pieces to do. Torreira's doing his thing at Fiorentina, but right now, he hasn't signed permanently. So you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with Marie. You're going to have to Bellerin. I don't know. Is Betis going to keep him permanently? And a bag of other things as well, on top of what we need to do in terms of improving. So you get what you pay for, really, realistically, man. You get what you pay for. And horribleness, isn't it? You buy cheap, you have to buy several times. You know, you buy Ben White, who's a decent centre half, you have half a chance. You know, you look at the Scum newspaper. Allegedly, Arsenal are reportedly interested in Philip Kostic from Eintracht Frankfurt. As you know, we're short of midfielders, so this is why you probably have to take a lot of the midfielders we're being linked with a pinch of salt, because it's easy to link Arsenal with stuff. You know, it is what it is. Vlahovic wants to emulate Ibrahimovic. I hear all of that, man. If you don't sign for Arsenal, I don't care about none of that, really and truly. Arteta has admitted that Lokonga needs more minutes. Yeah, but we need more midfielders. This is really thought there was something here. Apparently, Arsenal and West Ham are keeping tabs on Kostic, as said people. The 29-year-old's contract expires in 18 months, which means Arsenal and West Ham could get him on a free, or next year we'll get him on a cut price. And he's got a whole list of admirers, you know, Fiorentina, Inter Milan, Lazio, Sevilla, and Atletico Madrid are all keen on the Serbian international. As we said yesterday, Granit Xhaka is being eyed up for a summer move by Jose Mourinho again. We'll see how that one goes. Again, Harry Clark, who, again, he could make it at Arsenal, but I think his future lies away. Apparently, we rejected an offer from Rangers. Arsenal rejected Rangers' bid to sign Harry Clark before sending him to Hibernian on loan. And there's actually it's a weird little loan. There's break clauses where they can grab him permanently and things. Look, 2 break clauses. We can recall him either in January or in the summer. Yeah, he's someone that I hope makes profit for the club. I don't think you're going to quite make the grade at the club, but you can go and have a decent career. So that's that with Kostic and Harry Clark and all of these things. Correlating Arthur, allegedly, you know, this I was just reading this myself. Apparently Arthur wants to make a move, so I'm not going to read that. It's quite boring. What's all of this? Mikel Arteta has transfer backup plan as January talks highlight Arsenal's boss priority. Let's see what's going on. Arsenal in talks with Arthur's representatives, as we've been hearing. You know, he's made just 7 appearances for Juventus in Serie A. Allegri will let him go provided he gets a midfielder. If Juventus decide to hold on to Arthur, Arsenal have been in talks with Leicester City's Yuri Telemans. He's got 18 months left on his deal. Listen, bring them both, man. It shouldn't be either or. Maybe I'm being greedy. I am being greedy. You know, Telemans and him. We need ballers, innit? On that, to reiterate what we spoke about yesterday, or I done a video on it, Arsenal meet representatives of Yuri Telemans as Gunners line up transfer swoop for the Leicester ace admit midfield woes. Arsenal are reportedly in talks with Leicester City star Yuri Telemans over a transfer to the Emirates, people. And he's done, the 24-year-old's done quite well. He's an FA Cup winner. You like FA Cup, we like FA Cup. Statistically, you like giving away penalties. We've got midfielders who give away penalties. We've known about you since 16. This could be a match made in heaven, people. Banter aside, apparently the report has claimed that representatives of Telemans have already held talks with the North London club after they were invited to London Coley to discuss a potential transfer. Goal claims that the star has been a long-term target for Arsenal, and now they're putting plans into place to sign him. Boy, he's got 18 months left on his deal. Let's see what's going on there, really and truly. What's this about? Same thing. What's this about? Same thing. Right, I was really loving the Telemann stuff. Arsenal clear out is underway as 4 players could leave before the end of the January transfer window, with interest in fringe players Pablo Mari, Leno, Eddie Nketiah, Kolasinac. Out of them 4 names, only one can stay, and I would say only Leno, purely because we need to sign a midfielder. We're trying aggressively for Vlahovic. I don't know if we have the resources or the allocation of time to say, all right, cool, get a backup keeper now, or should we wait till the summer? I did think if I was Leno, I'd push to leave in January, which complicates things for Arsenal. But yeah, as for Marie, Kolasinac, and despite what Arteta says, you need to move Eddie Nketiah on, man. Really and truly. Crystal Palace are eyeing up a move for him. Arsenal could see a handful of departures this month with interest in Pablo Mari, Leno, Eddie Nketiah, and Kolasinac, according to reports. Let's see what's going on, people. Crystal Palace are eyeing up a move for the forward Nketiah, but salary demands are proving to be a stumbling block. The 22-year-old, who has had to bide his time and be patient at the North London club, is out of contract in the summer and can obviously speak to foreign teams. He's got interest from clubs in Germany, but pardon me, his wage demands are fucking it up, pardon me. And as we already spoke about, you know, Udinese appear in talks with Pablo Mari over a loan deal. Kolasinac allegedly is on the verge of signing for Marseille on a permanent. Wonder how much of their wages they're going to be taking. And then you've got Leno. And again, you can already see in the summer, Leno and Xhaka's futures are going to be subject to speculation. So I would prefer these lot to be replaced, people. So a bit of a nothing article, really and truly. I saw this yesterday, people. Florentina no more business with Ristic, these particular ties of the agency. And this is Vlahovic's agents, people. In the break between Vlahovic and Florentina, the International Sports Office, an agency founded in 2015 by Branko Radanovic and DJ Grinic, and which looks after the interests of the Serbian centre forward, has considerable weight. Darko is the director of the agency to which Vlahovic relied. Danilo Vukic, instead one of the attorneys of the attacker and also son of the current president of Serbia, among other things, ended up at the center of controversy for a photo that portrayed him in the company of characters of the Serbian underworld, so the mafia dons. So much so that his father intervened in the hottest day of the election campaign, blah, blah, blah. So I think this is just highlighting the terrible relationship that these lot have, people. And where is it? In relation to Dusan Vlahovic, apparently the latest is that, you know, the structure of the payments is how Arsenal and Florentina are at loggerheads, people. Florentina are demanding the majority of their 75 million asking price, just above 60 million quid for Vlahovic up front, which again, Arsenal are not going to give you 75 million up front. There's going to be a lot of variables if we win things, if he hits personal things and all of these things, you know. So, yeah. It's believed he can obviously give us a pivotal push for top four. Apparently, Arsenal are believed to be keen to pay a premium and are keen to sign him regardless of what happens with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Florentina are reluctant to do this, though, and Vlahovic and his camp are also conscious of the fact that they will have more options in the summer when a release clause becomes active in his contract. Apparently, Vlahovic would be open to a move to Arsenal. So it's our move, really. If we want the man, bring the man to the carpet, really and truly. We've spoken about that. Again, we've spoken on Arthur, but just to reiterate, we know we're in talks over sanctioning his loan. It seems like personal talks, etc., are not going to be a problem, people. It's just literally they need to bring in a midfielder, much like us. So it's quite boring, but that's the rumours there. So Vlahovic, TIELEMANS, Arthur. That's that, really. What are you lot saying? I've been missing all you lot. TIELEMANS in the summer for XHAKA makes sense. Give him the summer to adapt. Arthur for now seems like a good sign. I can't lie. If we can press for both of them, get them done, man. TIELEMANS is cold. He would be a great addition to Arsenal, in my opinion. Has some grit to him. Needs to stop conceding penalties, though. Maria's cover. Cover for what? You can't be cover if you're shit. I don't know how you lot speak on it, but I don't advocate having just guys for the sake of it. For me, a squad player is obviously not everyone's going to be levels and amazing, but a squad player tells me, you know, if they're let's just say we've got Joe Bloggs, you know, as a centre half. If something happens to Saliba next season or Gabriel and Ben White, I need to have faith that Joe Bloggs, regardless of him, if he's a starter or whatever, if called upon, he can do a job for me for whatever duration, whether that's someone's out for 2 games or 2 years, or you get the point in it. So I don't know for any of that. I need to have faith. I have somewhat faith if something happens with Tini, Tavares can do a thing within his capabilities. God forbid if something happens to Tomiyasu, much like now, I don't really have faith in many people. All right, man, I don't believe anything, man. We just talk about the rumors. Until I see someone holding the shirt, it's a myth. But what else can we do in January but talk about the rumors, man? No, Marie's probably got the best loss ratio, man. Marie is an example of buying stopgap players. But the thing is, stopgap signings don't have to be bad. You know, there are stopgap signings that have worked. I just think it's buying cheaply. Like you said, Lichtsteiner and Socrates, we tried to build our foundation on some cheap labor, and you get what you pay for. We done the cowboy builders thing. What happened with Aouar, I don't know. It seems like it's gone cold, really. It seems like if anyone's wanted at Lyon, it's Bruno Guimaraes. People probably forgot Lyon have Aouar. I don't know what's going on with Aouar. You know, after last summer where it felt like everyone had the free hit. I don't know. When I see things like that, I'm no transfer man, but it makes me think there's got to be something in the back burners or the back waters, or there's got to be something as to why, to us fans, it's not as simple as that. Not going to lie, I'm starting to appreciate Partey. How can you not appreciate Thomas Partey when we've got these duds? Dusan Vlahovic's deal won't be easy, but what if we go for Shea Adams of Southampton? No. I like that, broski. I like that. Marie's a good player. He had 2 free bad games. He's shit, man. Like, he's not bad. He's just not levels. I'm sorry. Marie's shit. Cedric shit. Collagen shit, respectfully, like they're not levels. You could, you know, I don't know about you lot, but you could see evidently Marie wasn't levels. I gassed myself, you know, he left-footed, all of this stuff. First game, you could see shaky. Like, you could see shaky. Respectfully. Like, no. Like, no, I can't. He's shit. Like, he's mad shit. Holding shit as well, but he's allowed to stay, man. He's shit, but I like him. But then again, someone got 10 million. Oof, oof. Get it done, man. 201 likes. If you've hit the like button, God bless you. Keep running that up if you haven't, though. And set your reminders, people. And don't forget to follow on Twitch. One love to everyone who was on Twitch yesterday. We had a good live stream with Mo. I'm pretty sure by now you're seeing the uploaded clips. They should all be going out. I made sure that I re-uploaded it and I cut it up into several other things for you lot. DG, do you get the sense that the club have identified exactly who they need this window and they're trying to act on it? Or do you feel we've come into January a little bit unprepared? Both, really. I feel we're a bit unprepared. I feel our hands been further forced with these injuries. I think we've been a bit naive. But I do think you could see that we need a midfielder. So I hope the club have looked to do that now. I don't know that because I feel we should have got a midfielder in the summer, personally, excluding Lokonga. And I feel we buckled at it. When XHAKA said I'm staying, we buckled at it. DG, off topic, but why are footballers suffering more heart attacks in recent times? It's something in the air. Sympathy goes out to anyone suffering heart attacks or any health problems. But honestly, I can't give you that answer. I don't know. I'm not a medical man, my guy. I don't have a clue. DG, thoughts on Saka having to play 3 games in 7 days because we don't have a backup right wing? Just got to hold it up, in it. It's not ideal, but you got to hold it up, in it. Really and truly, it is where it is. Big arcs, but it's got to be done, in it. Really and truly. Again, we knew the squad. To be fair, if Smith-Rowe was fit, maybe you could have went with a Smith-Rowe and then Smith-Rowe on the left and put Martinelli back over to the right. But end of the day, we've got 3 games that we'd like to win. We'd like to put in a shift now. We'd love to put in a shift in the North London derby. And to be fair, after Sunday, all these players will get a decent rest. You know, Sunday, Monday, they're going to have a recovery session, maybe a light training session. Tuesday, they're going to get back on it and prepare for the game the next Thursday against Liverpool. Marie isn't physical enough, is too slow and doesn't have the football brain to compensate for that by reading. But man, people got gassed off being left-footed and putting hands, and I used to a degree as well. And then I clocked Marie's one of them where your teammates, you know, anyone that's played football, Rochelle, you must have, you know, when you don't really rate a teammate, especially if you're in defense and you know they're not certain, you start getting scared. Because I look at the Chelsea goal when Reece James, and just in general, when Reece James, Mount, and I think Lukaku were peeling up to the right. Tierney's played poor off his own back. Saka's made a mistake of his own back. I'm not saying Marie's made it, but you could see Tierney doesn't know whether to get out or stay next to Marie because he's slow. Saka's compensating in his own way as well. And I think Marie's one of them. I think Marie, when he started playing, he had some easy games and everyone was drawing conclusions. Not feeling Arthur, doesn't really tackle. We need to have hungry players in that midfield. Too many non-defensive players on this side over the years and never works. To be fair to you, when everyone's there, we've got bare guys that can win the ball back. We haven't got someone that can hold on to a ball and progress moves. And I think Arthur can do that. And I hear you, you know, winning the ball back, tenacity, I want all of that. But a way of actually winning a midfield battle is holding on to the ball in midfield, getting fouled, buying yourself a couple of seconds. And I think we need someone who can do that. I also feel when we get somebody 30 in midfield, you'll see ODEGAARD, Smith-Rowe, the strikers, whoever it is, do a lot better because we're dropping far too deep as a team. And you're probably going to see that today. And last time I checked, Lacazette's not the quickest in it. If you're a Liverpool defender, you'll back yourself in a foot race, respectfully. But I hear you, though. If we could bring in a number 6, I'm on it. And with El Nene probably gone in the summer, why not? But it all depends, man. I think we're getting linked with too many of these number 6s. You know, we've got Lokonga, we've got Partey. I think we need to bring one more in because you've seen the injuries. But there's a time we're getting linked with Basuma, all of these guys, and it's looking like fans want a flat mid. Not saying you, but fans want a flat midfield free of just bare ball winning midfielders. I hear it, especially at games against Liverpool and things. But as you've seen on the best of days, we struggle to break down the low block. Them man are not helping us. And I do think at Arsenal, the lines get blurred in general. Partey signed for this club. Oh, he can do this, he can do that. Let's focus on what he can do, what he's made his name and his career off, and then anything is a bonus. Lokonga is a 6, he's an 8, respectfully. If Lokonga's an 8, at this moment in time, if man are saying with their chest, Lokonga, is an 8, then boy, we're in the gutter. He's a 6. nothing else. I want you to show me you can be an 8, but you're not good enough on the ball for that. You're not sensible enough. Your thing is winning the ball back. I do think at Arsenal, the lines get blurred. We start saying man can do all of these things, and then fans start calling them overrated and things like that. It starts getting brazy, man. Click the like button to help DG. God bless you. Rest Saka against Liverpool. Need him all guns blazing against Spuds. I hear that, but what are you resting him for? You know, Saka gives us a stronger chance to win. He's got to play. He has to play. Someone to let Partey advance and not on his own to get possession back if he loses. I hear it. And that's the thing with Partey. I don't think we know what we're doing. Sometimes I think we're going to try and make him, you know, we'll have XHAKA at the base. You go further up the field and win the ball back. Sometimes it's like we're trying to make him this DM thing. Sometimes it's like we're trying to make him be a defensive mid-box to box man with a couple of touches of progressing the ball. It doesn't, I don't know, man. It don't really look balanced in midfield to me. And when it does look balanced, it looks meaty. Like, respectfully, I don't personally believe that XHAKA and Partey is a midfield that's going to get us top 4 consistently and beyond. By God's grace, it sees us over the line with some help of some additions this year. But I don't think it's good enough. I feel looking at Ben White and Gabriel, I'm keen to see that develop. I'm loving Tomiyasu and Tierney. I'm loving Ramsdale. So when you add in the back 5 unit, I do like the partnerships that are building, whether Smith-Rowe's on the left or in the 10, ODEGAARD, Martinelli. You know, there's options on the left and the right. Right now, Saka's got a free run at that. But if he's messing about, there are other things we could do, and it looks like we're bringing in a striker. That's how I want to feel about my midfield, because I just feel even when we was winning games, it just felt like up until like the last 2 games we won, it just felt like we was praising our defense, we're praising our attackers. And it's not that our midfield was playing a bit bad, but it's like we're looking at them like, need a bit more from you. Like XHAKA, Partey, you lot were good, but can you show us a bit more? And in the last couple of games before we started losing to City and Forest and that, they showed us that. But yeah, I want to be proven wrong, but I just don't think the midfield's 30 enough. I'll be brutally honest. I just don't think it's 30. I think I always describe XHAKA and Partey together as hit and miss. There's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There's games XHAKA doesn't play and fans say we don't need him. There's games we lose and you see what XHAKA brings. There's games XHAKA comes in and you see what he's on. But I just feel this is what we're going to see over a 38-game period. I want to sit here in August next year and say, all right, boom, these are my midfielders. I believe in you lot. We've got a striker that's getting 20 league goals minimum. Our defense, we know you can help us get to X amount of clean sheets. This guy can, if something happens, this guy can come into the team. These young players are helping with the depth. You know, we've got options. Tomiyasu's the right back. You know, we've got a next one that might be able to fight Tomiyasu for right back, or Tierney for left back with Tavares. So I think that's the territory we've got to get into. You know, clearly squad depth is something that we ain't really got nailed down at this moment in time. Really and truly. Just give Florentina the money and get the deal done. Amen. Do you think Arthur is an upgrade on Partey? 2 different players, man. Lokonga is very good. I didn't say Lokonga is not good, but he's not an 8. Like, and right now he's learning some tough lessons. How do we fix our midfield? By getting better players, man. All right, stop shouting, my guy, man. DG, would you rather win the Katiaraba but finish 6, or get into the top 4 but don't win the top 4? Respectfully. He can play as a defensive mid, but to me, Partey's a box-to-box ball winning midfielder. Yeah, Guendouzi, you gotta give up on the Guendouzi one, Francis. Everyone, it's gone. It's gone. Like, he might return to Arsenal one day, but it's done, bro. It's done. Morning, DG. How confident are you? Love the fact it's a big match. Hope both teams turn up and give us a good show. Last night was dead. Big up yourself, Professor. Confident? I don't think you can be against the second best team in the league, but you know, I want to just see a performance. The first 5 or 10 will decide for me my confidence. Obviously, any little confidence I have is probably gone with, for me, Tomiyasu not being fit, in particular, Smith-Rowe and ODEGAARD as well. But what I hope is that I see that as also an opportunity for other players to make names for themselves and things like that. So I'm hoping that can be the case, really. And generally, throughout a season, you're gonna be missing players. So again, this is the territory our players need to understand. So hopefully we can do a thing. Wouldn't mind Jonathan David. Wouldn't be my first choice though. Our defense has been so tired for years, so it's refreshing to see defenders take pride in defending. And you're bang on about the midfield. We're desperate for an 8 to partner Partey. Telemans can only be done in the summer, possibly. I agree. You know, Leicester are not going to make that happen easily. Obviously, in the summer, like a couple of players, he'll be contracted until 2023. Leicester stick or twist in it. It's like Leicester with him, Basuma at Brighton. I'm sure you lot can throw in other examples. You've got a choice. You either sell him now or you might get rid of him next January, but you're playing a dangerous game. DG, central midfield is the weak link, has been for a while. Need a composed 8 with a top IQ. Facts. Do you think Patton will play 10 today, DG? I don't know if he'll start because XHAKA's back, but if he is back, I would like to see him play further forward, really, and let the more experienced players do their thing. Are they still the second best team in the league without their African contingency? Boy, you know, I hear that, but I think, yeah, if I'm honest with you, I'm not liking this off for Melo. I got extreme Brazilian bias, but I can't understand why you're not liking him, man. I think Jonathan David will be a better signing. Boy, bring him. He's a decent player, and he seems to be hitting the purple patches now. You know, he seems to be improving. Bring him. But for me, if we could get Karim Adeyemi, if we could get Vlahovic, if we could get Isaac, we're not linked with him, but if we could get Darwin Núñez, I'm trying to hit all of these guys before Jonathan David, potentially. Telemans over any player we've been linked with potential to be elite. But interesting comments. Keep them coming, folks. I think Partey needs to unlock himself, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, he needs a partner, but Partey needs to unlock himself. You need to do your own thing now. Marie was sold by Guardiola as he wasn't good enough. Why should we settle for a player like that? Bit harsh because players take different journeys, and he was a side man then times. But you're right, man. I can't see us doing much business. Our biggest problem is getting rid of waste men coming back from loans. Big up yourself, footy chat. Boy, we'll have to see, man. Man said well, your thing's gone. Heart attacks might be down to blood pooling. Listen, Gary, all you lot talking about the heart attacks and things, I don't know about none of that. I don't know about none of that, and I'm staying far away from that. Right back is needed as much as centre mid. I wouldn't say as much. I'd say centre mid / striker. If you can get a backup right back and a backup goalie, these are areas that we should be looking. DG Melo isn't great. You don't need to be great. He hasn't played good amounts of minutes in like 2 years, and he's not creative or defensive. Bit harsh, you know. For me, in my experience, having watched him in Brazil and watching him at Barcelona, you know, he's someone that's good in tight spaces. He's someone that can progress the ball forward. He's someone that wants the ball. I think he's what we need. You know, is he the only person? Is he the top target? No, but I'm happy with him. He looks like damaged goods. So did Martin Odegaard. I know he hasn't had the luxury of a loan. I'm all for it. And at 25 years of age. Fair enough, man. I think he's decent. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Bring him to the carpet. Trust Joe. Breaking news: Ben White being looked at centre mid. DG according to Arteta. Well, it's about time. You know, he's played centre mid. He's played right back. He's done these things. So why not? Bro, Melo's a baller, man. Am I not forgetting what he did, how well he played against Spurs at Wembley a few years ago? And I hear all of this talk about, he can't even get into the starting lineup of a team that finished 5th. And I think fans don't learn, you know. Ramsdale got relegated. How did that work out? Brighton hardly set the world alight last year. How did that work out? And we could go through all of that. And I'm not being funny. If you don't want to go down that route, Arsenal have bloody finished back-to-back 8th. I'm not saying just sign anyone, but it's, you know, the standards are on the floor, really. Like, come on now. Messi compared him to Xavi ain't no joke. I hear that. What's the lineup for today? I don't know. I'm keen to see. With the strikers we're being linked with, they all have huge potential. It's literally just how they adapt to the league. Exactly. And for me, it just feels like, in general, up until not really Arteta, but just general in the last few years, we sign players and then we try and work out like how we're going to utilize them. That's why last summer was refreshing. You could evidently see how these guys, all these players tie into what Arteta wants. It's, you know, 9 times out of 10, as I said, we would sign Pepe and be like, well, you're a quality player. You had a bit of a buzz. We signed you. Work it out, innit? And that's what I don't want to see with the next striker. Again, the finances being banged on about with Vlahovic means it can't be a thing. And this striker, goals should, man, need to score goals in it, but they need to tie into what Arteta wants to do. Do they press? Do they drop? Do they, whatever Mikel wants from a striker that we say Aubameyang and Laka don't do, and we wish we could fuse them together, they need to be able to do that. Because if the striker's not scoring goals, they need to be able to affect the game. And that needs to be our striker for a number of years. So I hope we've learned our lessons. You know, Granit Xhaka, we've really, he's been a bit of an enigma. Lacazette has been an enigma. Pepe's been an enigma. Aubameyang has been a success, but really, you know, we haven't, unpopular opinion, we actually haven't found balance since we've signed him, and we actually haven't played to his strengths historically. Can we learn these lessons? Hope so, but we have to see, man. Get Ceballos. It looks like it's getting to that territory, if I'm honest with you. But if there's a reality we're getting Ceballos, well, might as well just give Wilshere a deal, man. I can't lie. It does look like Arthur loves a rave. And London. And I've said, like I said yesterday, and I think I said it in the video I did, I think Arthur's of that stage. If he wants to be a baller, it's down to him. I think Arteta can inspire things, but it's down to you. You've got a bag of potential. Don't waste it. He's still only 25. I think Vlahovic's attitude and the fact that he carries a team at 21, that makes Artifacts and Edu so desperate. I don't blame them. But if the wage is 300k per week, it's insane. But it's not. You know, that's what the article people are running with. We read it yesterday. It's not that. You got to feel confident we was on a run since our last game. What run? We've lost our last 2 games. Fair play. I wouldn't say confident. I'm confident if we can turn up. Do you think we could actually get Vlahovic, or is it less than likely? I don't know, broski. I don't know. I don't have a damn clue. I don't know anything. I'm not transfer, man. I don't know anything. I'm like you lot, man. We're just seeing what's going on. If we don't get a quality midfielder and a quality striker, it's another failed season. I think it'll be a failed season if you don't bring that midfielder into the base 100%. Hi, keep up the hard work. Who do you think will play in our midfield tonight when you see that Odegaard and Smith-Rowe are out? For me, even Ruben Neves would be a good signing. It would be a good signing. I think XHAKA, I'd probably slap Lacazette there, to be fair with you. Saka could play there, but, you know, young Charlie might get another start at Anfield. A good look for him. I think Laka's always been good, but just unsuited. I think Laka's always been good. Laka's not been a bad player, but, you know, Laka's not been the goal scorer. You know, maybe we don't bring in Aubameyang. We go for another striker. I mean, another winger if he doesn't. Maybe maybe Aubameyang doesn't get that big contract we're ultimately lower at if Lacazette scores these goals. You know, Lacazette's been good, but, you know, did I think we'd be talking about hard work? All of these things that are given that we overcompensate because we love him so much and like to mask the fact. As great as Laka's been, he's got 3 goals. I wouldn't say buying Laka and Oba were huge mistakes. DG, thoughts on 3-5-2 of Tierney, Gabriel, White, Tavares, Lokonga, Charlie, Patino. I mean, I'm all for a 3-5-2 today. I can't lie. If we could leave Tavares on the bench, I would. Do you think we'll get another midfielder, as well as Arthur and a striker? I think we'll be lucky to get one striker, one midfielder, or just one midfielder in general. The summer might throw up something else. 3-5-2 today for me. There's just too much man missing. But then again, that could harm the team switching up the system and all of that already. So I don't know, man. I just think it's going to be tough anyways. But 4-2-3-1, we might get savage. To be fair, Lokonga and Xhaka, are there. That's a half competent midfield. So we might be able to do a thing, but would you take Vlahovic in the summer or a different striker in January? Yeah, Vlahovic isn't the only guy, but seems like the one we want. Me, but unpopular opinion, I want a striker as much. I'll be gassed, but for me, I'd be more happy to see a midfielder. If you put a gun to my head or you said I could only have one, honestly, I'll pick a midfielder because I've been just banging on that drum, and I just think you can have Vlahovic, but if we lose the midfield battle, your striker can't get the ball. He's out of the game, really. Like, I do think we're missing a chance to go to the next level, man, with that midfield. They were calling man like a threat and that. This is what I'm talking about. Telemans or Basuma. Oh, Basuma's wavy, but if it was up to me, Telemans, I think it's not that Basuma's not what we need because he has that skill set, but I just think we need something a bit different, man. And in theory, you've got El Nene, Partey, Lokonga. These guys can put a foot in. I don't think there's man that can really get on the ball and things. Like somebody said, Ben White. Ben White will probably, even though he hasn't played in midfield for us, he's probably one of the most progressive midfielders already by default. You look at the numbers, obviously, the way we're playing out from the back, our centre-backs are going to be up there. But you've got Gabriel and Ben White for passes. I think you'd have to scroll down to see midfielders where obviously we're not City, but you'll see a correlation. I see it very close. Form is not everything. Liverpool have had moments, shook moments. Arsenal surely are hurting from Forest and looking to hit back, predicting a score 2-2 draw. What's yours? 4-1 Liverpool, man. I think we might get drummed. I want to be wrong, but I think we might get drummed today. XHAKA Chambers link up. Hear that, but man. Like that's the first thing. Like I don't know. That's the only word that's in my head. Bro. What's your predicted lineup for today? I don't have a clue, man. But I would say 3 at the back, and I write it down. If it was up to me, Leno's gonna play, but Ramsdale, Ben White, Holding, and Gabriel. Tierney left back, Callum Chambers right back, XHAKA and Lokonga in my midfield, and then Martinelli, Lacazette, Saka. But then again, I don't know. We've submitted a bid for Vlahovic. I hope so. Where's the bids for the centre mids? I just want to hear medicals for centre mids. I want to see Arsenal fans tracking planes and tracking garden companies and the rest of it, man. All I wanted for Christmas was a centre mid. All I wanted in the summer was a centre mid. Anything else is a bonus. And I don't think I'm asking for too much personally. I would like to know the status. Why ODEGAARD is missing out? You know, is it COVID? Is it something else? Are we keeping it close to our chest with the Spurs game? Or are we just, is there, unpopular opinion, is there nothing wrong with these players? They're just carrying little knocks and we're saying, do you know what? That's the game, innit? If you're going to play, that's the game. Off topic, people, but Martinelli has been named December's PFA Fans Player of the Month, people, which is very good for him. You know, Premier League Player of the Month has been good. He was in stellar form, 3 goals in 6 Premier League outings. He was nominated alongside Martin Odegaard, people, and also beat Ward-Prowse, Son, Maddison, and Raheem Sterling to it. Unpopular opinion, Martinelli was wavy, but I think Odegaard should have won that. But nonetheless, I'm happy with that and Brazilian bias. I mean, Lokonga should get more confidence playing next to XHAKA, but Lokonga's at that age now. You've got to arrest things yourself, man. Lokonga, you've played enough games with this club to know about those stray passes. Speaking of Liverpool, it's got something to do with Liverpool. It's quite disgusting, but apparently Merseyside police have confirmed a man was arrested for abusive chants about the Hillsborough disaster before the game against Shrewsbury Town. Again, disgusting individual. Needs a punch in his face for that. And RIP anyone that lost someone or they lost their lives during, obviously, Hillsborough. Allegedly, when it comes to Vlahovic's agent has demanded an €8 million fee just to renew the player's contract with Fiorentina, in addition to 10% of any future transfer fee. They're trying to chop some bands. They're trying to make some cash. I hear it. And I mean, if you look at Arthur Melo last month, his agent said keeping a player of this level on the bench is a shame. For January, we can't exclude anything. There's interest from the Liga clubs, but also from the Premier League and Serie A. Allegedly, Arthur was suggested by Edu. Arteta sanctioned it. So, yeah, they're working together, doing their thing, which hopefully we reap some rewards for Arsenal Football Club. Trying to see if there's anything else. We've been linked with Lingard again. I'm not speaking about it. Apparently, well, the Super Copper was yesterday. Alexis Sanchez scored. I'm just reading an article. It said Arthur's contract's going to be decided, and future, is going to be decided then. But they lost yesterday, so we should already have that. Eddie only suggests Brazilians could be worse, I guess. Bro, I'm all for it. Bring the samba. Thoughts on Ward-Prowse? Wouldn't mind him at all. You know, he does the basics very well. You know, steady Eddie, consistent, just does his job. I'd be all for Ward-Prowse, man. Chambers got Fulham's player of the year in defensive mid. He was immense when I watched him and he came back and we put him in defense. I hear that, but Fulham and Arsenal is different, really. You know, again, being a centre mid for Fulham is going to be completely different. And I think that's what's gone against Chambers. Chambers is a jack of all trades, master of none. He's still, despite going on that Middlesbrough and at Fulham, he's still at the same level in a sense. And what I mean by that is, you know, are you a centre half, centre mid, or right back? I think you're a centre half, still shoehorn playing right back. You're not getting in at right back at this club. You could argue Cedric is second choice. Not getting a snowball's chance at centre half if everybody stays fit. Midfield's a myth. But you could use that adaptability today. Martinelli deserved it, as did Odegaard. You're right. I would take Tielemans. Chambers was quality for Fulham, but it's Fulham, bro. Fulham are going to sit back and have to do the defending team. When we need him to progress the ball, it's very different. I wouldn't mind exploring it, but... DG, do you think we will continue to spend like this even if we get top 4? Will we go back to the sell to buy policy? Well, if we want to keep doing what we're doing and progress, then you've got to buy right. You know, we're not going to spend mad dough every window, but it's about improving, not getting complacent. And for a number of years we were complacent, getting Champions League, somehow still getting Europa, and now to the point there's nothing to be complacent about. Support the guy, like the lives, guys. Terrell, real one. Big up yourself, man. Big up DG. Centre mid should be the only focus this window, as we already have options up front, but we're seriously lacking in midfield. I think the priority for me should be bringing in a midfielder, but I'm a bit different to you, because if there is an angle to get a striker, a Vlahovic or whatever, goals win games, man. Goals do bits for you. Look at Giroud at Chelsea a couple seasons ago. You know, he was a side man for time. Their other strikers lost their form. He literally made the difference with getting them top 4. And we saw it with Van Persie for a couple of years, getting us top 4 and literally making the difference to get Man United the title. You know, defense wins you titles and keeps you in divisions, but strikers can make the difference. And I think that could give us the edge, really and truly. When we look at West Ham, Spurs, United and whatnot, them man have Ronaldo. You know, Spurs, it looks peak. West Ham, everything's going well. They've got their own little talisman. If we could get that little boost now, assuming that Vlahovic or whoever does the business in January, I think we need that. But I agree with you fundamentally, midfield, you know, you've got to look after the base first. I'd love Declan Rice, but that's going to be, well, West Ham said 200 million the other day, you saw quoted. So you're probably, if you ain't got 100 million for them, it's a myth. And as much as I like Declan Rice, is he worth 100 million quid? Ultimately, longevity, all these things, he'll pay for it, but 100 million quid for a number 6, basically. Apparently, Dybala's not going to extend his contract. Would you take him as a striker in the summer? Yeah, I love Dybala, but he's going to have a whole host of options, man. Put Chambers at defensive mid and see what happens. Well, we ain't got a whole host of other things to try, so why not, man? Phillips has said he wants to stay at Leeds. So that one there might prove tricky. Donny van der Beek. I mean, if you could explore the opportunity, why not? But I don't know how adaptable he is to the Prem. I don't know where his mindset is at and them things there. Big up DG. Chambers is leaving. I remember the man said he wants to play centre-back. He'll be gone this window. I hear it. And if you know, his contract expires at the end of the season, and apparently we have the option of another year, but it doesn't look like we're keen on such. So, boy, crazy. I mean, I thought when Wijnaldum said he wants to stay at PSG and he's an Arsenal fan, but if he does want to come back to the Premier League, you know, that could be something to explore, really and truly. Big up you lot who have hit the like button so far as well, by the way, folks. Only top players. Our squad chem is getting there. No more loose players. No more shit players, man. Not everyone has to be big money, madman. Some people can just do a job. We need players like that, respectfully. Guys that we forget are at the club, but they'll come in and do a job, because that's to go to the next level. We should be able to, like, boom, the art to see of a good defensive team. Obviously, if we take out Gabriel, we're gonna have we're gonna drop off in quality. but we shouldn't miss him. There should be a base level of performance with our defense. Look at Brighton. There's been times where they've been without several defenders. Look, they've let Ben White go. There's still a certain level. That's a good defensive team. Anytime a defense that's going to, you know, hinges on one player to play good or bad, it's not a good defensive team. We're promoting good habits, but we need to unlearn the bad habits defensively that have seen us concede pens, concede sloppy goals, not hold on to leads, etc. Allegedly, we're wearing our blue kit today as well. It's a good thing I saw that, so I can actually be prepared for today, because I was going to put on the yellow thing. Bring back Saliba and move White to defence and get another centre back. I hear that, but in relation to these next 3 games, that one there is looking irrelevant, because we can't run that one. Listen, when Saliba's back, you know, try a back 3, try and move people about, try let these lot fight. I'm all for it, man. DG, what's good? Rambo should have stayed with us. Impact player, he should have, but that one there is gone. And personally, unpopular opinion, I don't want Ramsey back. You know, you should never go back to your ex. And for me, Ramsey, we've got no midfielders, but he isn't going to balance the team. For me, he's going to unbalance it like he did. Who is our first priority? No clue, but it should be midfield. Appreciate Johannesburg in the building. Appreciate you lot. Can't see 4-1, but I'll take it. That's why we are here. Games that test our metal. Fans and players, big up. Big up all the loyal gunman. Hope you shake the Kroenke clutches and continue improving, not just for tonight. I appreciate that. I don't know for Kroenke, man. What about Sanchez? What? Alexis? Dead. Great player, but myth. Needs to stay where he's staying. What's the time? Oh, shit, it's 1 o'clock. I can't lie, people. With that being said, I got to kick out of here because I'm going to be on Rancy's stream. I need to get out of here, people. But as I said, please make sure, you know, the link I've just provided, you're setting the reminders and you're hitting your like buttons, because we've been speaking about Liverpool and Arsenal. Now we're going to see what's going on, people. So, yeah, make sure you're here for that one. What's this? Make sure you're following me on Twitch as well, because, again, you know, if you're not, you missed the Mo video. Let's refresh that page so you can see it. And go and check out the content that's already there, people. That's the video with Mo, by the way. I don't know why it's not showing him. I think you just saw it. There you have it. Hey! So, yeah, go and take in that, man. Hella content across my YouTube and Twitch page, man. It is what it is. But I respect Ramsey for securing the bag. His agent, they finesse Juventus. Finesse them, but it is what it is. Let me get in the last question by Yassir. First things first, big up yourself for tuning in from Australia. But yeah, let me get Yassir's question in last. Cedric, Marie, El Nene, Kolasinac, Niles, Chambers, Eddie, Lacazette, Aubameyang, Pepe, even XHAKA and Holding. That's a lot of players that might leave our squad. We'll be very short, especially if we get European football. Thoughts? I don't think, I mean, in theory, yeah, I don't know if we're going to move all of these players on. You know, naturally, it looks, the days look numbered for Aubameyang, Laka, Eddie, Chambers, and Nketiah and whatnot. But Eddie could get a new deal. Marie's technically contracted for 2 years, so we need him to excel at Udinese. Cedric's under contract. We're going to, them sort of man, we probably need them to force moves. But yeah, we would have to complement the squad and bring in players and whatnot. But not every player, I'd say, has to be replaced. Would you necessarily say Chambers and Kolasinac need to be replaced? I do think if you let Aubameyang, Laka, Eddie go, you need another striker, whether that's Balogun or Tyrese John Jules being promoted, whether that, this is in addition to assuming you got Vlahovic, you would need 2 forwards because it's a squad game. So yeah, man, that was the last question. It looks like there's legs to the Arthur one, Darweezy. So yeah, on that note, I'm going to keep it moving, man. I'll see you lot later tonight. I just don't want to be late for Rancy's stream. I can't lie. I got to use the little boys' room as well on that note as well. So, yeah, you lot stay blessed, stay safe. You know, big up all the Liverpool, Arsenal and non-supporting clubs, fans of other clubs. You know, we're fans of the game first, football second. It's been appreciative sitting here with you lot speaking about transfers and general Arsenal. If you haven't hit the like button, then unexpected high bills are due. If you've hit the like button, God bless you lot. Stay safe. Move that much closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. And I'll see you lot this evening, people. Peace.
There's always just that active red line defending. I think it's like